Today I'm here to do my December reading wrap-up. December was the month that I tried to get to 100 books, which I did succeed on. So I really tried to read quite a few books, but they were all pretty short. So I'm going to try and get through this pretty quick. The first book I read in December was The Bookshop on the Corner by Jenny Colgan. I have been wanting to read this book for a while now, and I finally got around to it. I listened to it on audio, and I really liked it. The downside to it was I didn't realize it was a romance when I got into it. I just wanted it to be about books. And really the romance only happened at the very end of it. So if you're really not into romance, don't worry, it's not till the end of the book, but the rest of it was really cute and it was all about books. And I gave this one 3 stars. Then I read No Talking by Andrew Clements. This was for our little girls book club that we have at our church. I think I'm one of the few that actually did read it. This is about some boys at school who think that they can be quiet longer than the girls at school. So they do this whole challenge for like 2 days at school to see who cannot talk. It was cute and an easy read because it is for kids, but I gave this one 3 stars. Then I read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. I have just gotten into some Roald Dahl books. I had never read him before. I really liked this book. I didn't like it as much as I liked Matilda, and I noticed this book is more like the Johnny Depp version of the movie, which wasn't my favorite, but I noticed there were more things alike in that movie with this book. Again, it was just a really cute book, and I gave it 3 stars. Then I read The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I picked this one up because I knew it was short and it's been on my shelf forever. I had seen a lot of great reviews on this, but I didn't realize how much I would like it. I have actually done a review on this book a few weeks ago on my channel, which I will leave in the description down below if you want to go check out my thoughts on it, but I gave this one 4 stars. Then I picked up Apple of My Eye. I had seen someone else talk about this on their channel, and it was actually their favorite book of the year last year. I feel like he said something like he paid over $100 for this book, but I found it online for like $5 to $10, so I don't know where he was buying his book from. This is by the same author who wrote 84 Charing Crossroad. I really loved that book, so I was excited to try this one. All of her books are nonfiction, and this is about her experience in New York, and she's going to be writing a travel guide, so she's doing all of the tourist things in New York. This book is very dated because I think it was written in the 70s and a lot of these things aren't around anymore. But I did find this book absolutely fascinating because I knew almost nothing about New York. Everything she said in this book I thought was so interesting, so I'd go and look it up to find out more about it. I would really love to go visit New York sometime. I think it would be so fun. But anyway, I gave this book 3 stars. Then I read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I read this every year in December, and I actually listen to the Audible one that Tim Curry reads. I really love Tim Curry, and I think he does a great job on this audiobook. It's just a really short book to read around Christmas that I have to do every year. I gave this one 4 stars. Then I read The Great Catnap by the Saucony Jolies. This is written by a man who does YouTube videos here. He does daily vlogs with his family. I bought this book for my niece, and I got it for Christmas, and I really loved this book. It was super cute. It's just a child's picture book, but I really liked it anyway, and I gave this one 4 stars. Then I read In Watermelon Sugar. I had seen a lady talk about this book in like a Q&A video, and I feel like she said it was one of her favorite books, so I tried it. It is just like written in verse. It's one of the weirdest books I've ever read, and I actually had to get it in a set of poetry. I don't even know if I can really explain what this book is about. You just really have to try it yourself. Most people say that this is one of their all-time favorite books, but I didn't really feel that way. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible, and I gave it 3 stars. Next, I read Dear Fahrenheit 451 by Annie Spence. This is a nonfiction book. She is a librarian, and it's all of her experiences with customers, as well as mentioning a lot of books in it. I thought this book would be right up my alley, but I really didn't like this book. Maybe it was when I read it or listening to it on audio, but I felt like she was nagging at everyone, and she made it seem like she was better than everyone else, and people who ask questions at libraries are stupid. I just really didn't like her attitude, so it was really hard for me to finish this book, but I did. But I gave this 2 stars. Then I listened to The Door in the Wall by H.G. Wells. I have never read an H.G. Wells before, and this was really short on YouTube to listen to. I think I got through it in about an hour. I'm going to be totally honest here and tell you that I don't remember anything about this book, but I did give it 3 stars, so I must have really liked it. Then I reread We Should All Be Feminist by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I read this a couple years ago and absolutely loved it, and since I got it for Christmas, I read it on Christmas Day and added it to my Goodreads goal as another book. Oh, I gave this one 5 stars. I also reread A Grief Observed by C.S. Lewis. I read this one, I think, at the beginning of last year, and I really loved this. It actually made one of my favorites of the year last year. Again, it's really short and to the point. Again, I gave it 5 stars. Okay, so those are all the books that I read in December. Let me know if you've read any of these and what your thoughts are on them. Also, let me know what your favorite book is that you read in December, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!